Hello everyone, my name is Martin from RPM Auto Accessories and welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to walk you through a process of changing a flat tire step by step. So let's get started. First thing we like to do is check to see if the car has wheel locks. As you can see, this car does have a wheel lock, so we'll need the wheel lock key. This one right here to remove the lug nuts. This key is not universal, so make sure not to lose it. Next, we need to find the vehicle's jacking point. These are usually marked on the vehicle. You can find it in an owner's manual or a simple Google search. Now that you located the jacking point, it's time to jack up the car. Place the jack under the jacking point and carefully raise the vehicle until the flat tire is off the ground. It's always a good idea before jacking up the vehicle to make sure you do it on a flat surface and in a safe location. And also place wheel chocks behind the wheels to prevent the car from rolling. Next, it's time to grab our tools. For this vehicle, we're going to need our 21 socket and an impact wrench. And now time to remove the lug nut so we can remove the wheel. Usually when we have a vehicle come in for a flat, we like to see if it's repairable. But in this case, this one was punctured on the sidewall, so it needs to be replaced. Before we take off the tire, we need to make sure all the air is out. And to do this, we remove the valve core stem. Once the valve core stem is out, we let it sit until all the air comes out. Once all the air comes out of the tire, it's time to brake the tire bead. So we start off with the front. Once we get the front, we go ahead and flip the tire over and do the back side. Once that is done, we set the wheel on our tire machine and make sure we clamp it down correctly. If the wheels are equipped with TPMS sensors, we like to line it up with a mount or demount tool, other known as the duck head, to prevent from breaking the TPMS sensor. So once we get that lined up, we grab our bead lifting tool. We use it to lift and position the tire bead correctly over the duck head demount mount tool. And we can start removing the tire from the wheel. So now that we got the tire fully removed from the wheel, it's time to install the new tire. And in order to ensure the tire goes on smoothly without getting damaged, we like to provide some lube to it. So we lube up both beads, inside and outside. And as far as lube, we're using a product called Tire Slick, but a solution of soap and water works well. Our tire machine is equipped with a robo roller and a robo arm. Those are used to provide extra leverage for run flat tires or low profile tires, but we're using it for this tire. So now that the tire is on, it's time to add some air on it and pop the beads. If you clamp the wheel from the outside, make sure to release it before this point. Before we set the tire to the correct tire pressure, we get to make sure the beads set on the wheel correctly. Once the beads pop, it's time to set it to the correct tire pressure. You can usually find this information on the driver's side door or in the owner's manual. want to make sure to reinstall the valve stem core to prevent from any air leaking. For this tire, we're setting the tire pressure to 35 psi, as the vehicle recommends. Now it's ready for some balancing. It's always a good idea to remove any old weights. Now that all the weights are off, it's time to put it on the balance ring. Make sure it's on secure and tight to get an accurate reading. Next, you want to make sure you have the right settings and the right measurements to get a correct balance. Once that's done, off it goes. Once it's done, the machine will stop on its own and it'll let you know how much weight needs to be added. Make sure to clean the area where you'll be sticking on the weights so they don't fall off while driving. The machine will tell you exactly where the weight needs to go. And off it goes again to make sure it's balanced. Now that it's balanced correctly, make sure you put the center cap back on, get back on the vehicle. You might need to jack up the vehicle up a little bit more to line up the wheel with the wheel studs on the vehicle. Gotta put those mega knees to work. We always recommend to hand tighten the lug nuts first. That's to prevent any damage to the threads. I'm tightening the lug nuts on using the star pattern method. If you don't know what the star pattern method is and would like to know, let me know in the comments. Now that the wheel is installed back on the vehicle, time to jack it back down. Now that we're done, make sure to return the wheel lock key back to the customer. So we usually place it in the glove box. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what other videos you would like to see.